And we are back with another Heroes of the Week show. It's one day later than in the previous time, at the previous time, but it's also earlier. It's at 6:30 p.m. Central European time. So that's, I believe, GMT plus one. And this is for several reasons, but we thought we might as well change the time. Noop, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think it's okay if we can mess around with this time. Perhaps catch up with the algorithm. You never know.
Yes and no.
Perhaps
I
we
think
can
we should be consistent as well because our
as
listeners and
well.
our viewers, if there are any, indeed, they should get used to a certain pattern, right? Like a schedule kind of thing.
But I think this is a good time since we have all the games done for the match week, and we can
True,
avoid
true.
those late matches.
We also can take some time to ponder about what happened. You have that little
Mhm.
distance as well, a little bit of distance from me one day to maybe you
Have a
know
cool down, perhaps.
cool down.
Perhaps
Yes, that's a good that's a good
not
word.
look at
Yeah.
things, not look at things from the rose-tinted glasses.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Sometimes after a game, you are very emotional, and often
yeah,
the
yeah.
emotions get the better of you. And
Mhm.
maybe this is a better way to do this. All
Yeah,
right, Loop. Do you know what is the name of our first segment?
yeah. It's the team of the week.
The team of the week. So, what's your team of the week, Noop?
It's luckily it's going to be my favorite team this time. It's Arsenal. We are
Okay.
back after a nice slump that we had for the past few weeks. Two wins this week, one
Hmm.
from the UCL and one over the Derby. I think two
Yep.
important wins. Pretty happy.
Okay, that's short and sweet. Uh, yeah. My team of the week is Liverpool, and they won 2-0. And I thought that game against Manchester City was very convincing. It was a convincing performance. I actually spoke about this game with Simon, the Liverpool fan. I recorded a podcast with him about 1 hour ago, and this will be published as the Footglish podcast, which is my other podcast, which will also appear on this YouTube channel. But also, you can subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And in that show, we will be talking about the Liverpool Manchester City game mainly and the problems that Manchester City are facing. I know that maybe not everyone that beats Manchester City these days deserves the Team of the Week title because it seems to be too easy now these
But
days to beat
Liverpool they
Manchester.
but Liverpool they beat Madrid as well. So fair call.
But the way Liverpool did it
Mm.
in such a convincing manner, and also given this was a 6 pointer, it was such an important game to shake off the biggest title contenders, let's say the biggest rivals. So I thought Liverpool deserves to be the team of the week.
Fair enough.
You want to go first?
I would like to listen to yours because I think you have something.
Right. Ladislav Krejci.
Okay, which one? One or two?
Ladislav Krejci too. So he is the younger one. He's the ex Sparta Prague captain, someone who joined the Spanish La Liga team Girona, the team that finished second, I believe, last season, right?
Yeah,
Or was it third? Second or third? I can't remember.
I think it
But
was it was it was third, but
third or something, but
yeah,
they got the Champions League. And
yeah,
Ladislav Krejci is part of the team. He was one of their most expensive signings. He is a defender. He's a true leader. And at the beginning of the season, he started off with an injury. Then he scored two own goals. He wasn't, like back to his best, but now he seems to have turned it around. Last weekend, he scored a goal, and now he scored another one. Actually, his team Girona were 2-1 down, and Ladislav Krejci equalized in the 97th minute with a fantastic long range volley. It was a brilliant goal. If you haven't seen the goal Ladislav Krejci scored, then check it out. Of course, I'm biased. You know, this show is a bit biased. I'm Czech. He's Czech. He's probably not the hero of the week of all competitions that exist in the world. But I'm from the Czech Republic, so what do you expect from me? I think Ladislav Krejci deserves it.
Fair enough. Yeah. For me, it has to be Gabriel Magalhaes from Arsenal, our defender. I think he was fantastic this week. He scored 2 goals, one in UCL against Sporting, which was arguably our best away win
Yeah.
under Arteta, and second one would be the first goal against West Ham United. I think he was really
I saw
fantastic.
that. Yeah, I watched the game,
Yeah.
and it was the first goal. It was from a set piece, from
Mhm.
corner, and it was a, I would say, signature Gabriel header. To be honest,
Signature Gabriel header, and
but
yeah, I
then he got
think
injured, didn't he? He got injured in that game.
I think he got injured during the Sporting games at some time.
Right.
And also regarding regarding the game against West Ham, I think it was I wouldn't say
Precautionary?
that
Was
he
it
was injured.
precautionary?
I think it was more precautionary because we were having a comfortable lead, and
Yeah.
he received a punch, so it could be a potential injury
Yeah.
scare because of concussion. But yeah, generally speaking, I think it was all right.
Yeah. So that was the punch that then was given as the Arsenal penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's Fabianski punched the ball, but also he punched Gabriel. I think it was a bit harsh, that penalty, if I'm honest. But we have seen them given. If it was just the player, then it's 100% penalty. But I think from that angle, it wasn't clear if it was the ball as well. But whatever. I think Arsenal would have won anyway. So
Mm.
yeah.
So yeah, that's my hero, Gabriel.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Villain of the week.
It's easy now.
Is it?
He was my villain last week for the last week as well, and it's Pep Guardiola for having a
For
terrible
showing
run.
number 6 on his hands after being sung the song "You're Getting Sacked in the Morning" by the Reds, by the Liverpool
Well,
fans.
that was really, yeah, that was one of them. That was
Okay.
one of the reason. But yeah, I mean, he's just not having a good time.
No.
I just can't get it. He lost the game which mattered the most because he was playing against the league leaders, and
Yeah.
if he had won, we would have been closer to Liverpool, and
Yes.
so were City. I think he's just being way too humble now. Like, come on, calm
No,
down.
again, how many times are you gonna say this joke now?
I'm gonna say it
Stay
as long
humble.
as I
This is
can.
what Haaland. We need to remind our listeners because just in case they don't remember, it was Haaland himself, the beast, who I think it was after the game finished, he is caught on camera saying to Miguel Arteta, the Arsenal manager, "Stay humble," and Arteta looking at him in disbelief.
Yeah.
And ever since he did that, Haaland, Manchester City have been awful. So
Yeah.
it
So I mean,
backfired.
yeah, like
It was like a
starting
karma or something.
exactly.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, starting with Feyenoord, I mean, the main reason was Feyenoord. Like City were 3-0 up against Feyenoord, and then he ended up drawing. They ended up drawing the game, which he pretty much bottled it. And
David
then
Hansco
following
scored the equalizer, right? David
exactly
Hansco.
David Hansko,
Yeah. Mm.
following by Slovakia. Sorry, following by the Liverpool game. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a pity. Like it's not City-esque.
Yes, that's right. Well, my villain of the week is Lars Friise. I don't know if you know who that guy
Oh,
is.
sounds Swedish to me. I don't
Sounds
know.
Swedish. He's Danish, and he is the manager that became the head coach of Sparta Prague after Brian Pliske left for Feyenoord Rotterdam. So Lars Friise started off brilliantly because he got Sparta Prague into the Champions League after 19 years of
Wow.
drought. He did that. And then he started off very well, getting 4 points out of the first 2 games in the Champions League. But then Sparta have been in a terrible run of form, losing games left, right, and center, not only in the Champions League. They lost to Atletico at home 6-0. That can happen. It's Atletico Madrid. It's Diego Simeone. But they have been losing games and drawing games in the Czech league as well. And the last one was the icing on the cake, or should I say, the last straw for a lot of Sparta Prague fans, because it was against Dukla Prague of all teams, the the team that is
Fallen giants.
second from the bottom. This team was second from the bottom, and Sparta Prague are just in a terrible crisis right now. And Lars Friise is responsible for that as well. I don't think he's fully responsible, but he's definitely partially responsible. And a lot of Sparta Prague fans are calling for his head, and I think the head will roll very soon. Yeah, they are giving him 3 games to save his job, I think now. One of them being Feyenoord away in the Champions League. I think it's going to be quite hard now, because the players don't seem to be giving their everything in those games. So if the players don't play for the manager, it can only lead to one thing,
Yeah, losing the dressing room and
Yep.
pay the release clause.
It's whether it's
Exit
going
clause.
to cost a lot of money or not now, right? Because when you have to let a manager go, sometimes you have to pay them off. So that's something to consider as well if you are an owner. Well, you and I are not owners of any club, unfortunately, maybe fortunately, I don't know. But okay, so that would be my villain of the week. I Noop, fire away.
Okay, so my takeaway of the week happened during the game between Aston Villa and Chelsea. So I don't think many people followed it, but there was this very interesting moment, which is actually one of those, how do I call it, strange or alienic laws of football, and that was an indirect free kick. So what happened during the game was the Villa, what's his name? The classic
Martinez.
Emiliano Martinez.
Emiliano Martinez, yeah.
So he received a back pass from Pau Torres,
Okay.
and the thing is, I think it was during some sort of corner kick or something.
Yes.
And while giving back pass, Pau Torres, he accidentally touched it before the goalkeeper could collect it. Probably because he was surrounded by lots of players. And
Did this happen this week? Did that happen this
Yeah.
week, or was it? Okay.
Yeah, that was his Chelsea this
Okay.
weekend. So,
All right.
so again, so it was an indirect free kick right in the box where the goalkeeper was standing. So it was a pretty close indirect free kick, and there was a huge chaos among the players because first of all, it's such a weird law, and it's more like a half chance for them to
Right.
score. So it was a pretty easy chance,
Mhm.
and yeah, lots of players, they were protesting, and there
Mhm.
was some noise regarding that.
Yeah.
And in the end, Enzo Fernandez, he had to take the free kick. Luckily, it was saved. It was on target and it was saved by
Right.
the goalkeeper. But yeah,
Mhm.
that was an interesting takeaway.
Okay, fair enough. My takeaway of the week is Victoria Plzeň's form in Europe. Of all Czech teams in European competitions, so we've got Sparta Prague in the Champions League, Victoria Plzeň, Slavia Prague in Europa League, and we have Mladá Boleslav in the Conference League. Of all teams, Victoria Plzeň has got the most. They have been the most consistent team. They haven't lost. They have been unbeaten. They drew their first 3 games. Then they beat Betis Sevilla. Real Sociedad. And last week they beat. They also defeated Dynamo Kiev. So now they have 9 points, and that should be enough to progress. They might need 1 more point just to be safe, but they are doing really well. Unlike Slavia Prague, who only, I believe, have 4 points, because they have been playing well, actually. They've been very entertaining in the Europa League, but they always lose by 1 goal, even at home. So unfortunately, it's not going well for them right now. They lost to Besiktas at home, even though the Besiktas had like 2 chances compared to like Slavia's 15 or something like that. So that was disappointing, of course. Sparta Prague, I talked about them. They lost to Atletico Madrid 6-0. And then Mlada Boleslav got their first 3 points
Yeah,
because they beat
against Real Betis.
Betis Sevilla, Betis Sevilla of all teams.
Yeah.
So my takeaway of the week is Victoria Plzeň. They really have been great and they deserve praise. They deserve praise.
But who do you think will win the league eventually?
The Czech league, well, it looks like it's going to be Slavia. They have the strongest team. Even if some key players get injured, they still have a lot of squad depth. Their manager knows what he's doing. They won't let it slip through their fingers, not at all. And Victoria Plzeň, yes, they are in a great form and they are in the second place, but it's going to be hard for them. They will drop points. Slavia won't drop so many points. So Slavia, yeah, but now if you put money on Slavia, you won't win much, because it's such a favorite now that very straightforward. Okay, Nrup, here is our last segment. So I've got 2 items of vocabulary of the week today. You were talking about Arsenal, and you said you named them your team of the week because you said they are back after a slump. So what's a slump? SLUMP. A slump is, in this context, is like a sudden drop of form, let's say. Sudden and severe drop of form. We could use it to talk about some economic sort of situations like a slump.
You talk about performance usually.
Prices like prices of oil. I don't know, that could be a slump, but we can use it to talk about performance as well, team's performance. So that's a nice piece of vocabulary. And then also I said that Gabriel being taken off by Mikel Arteta was precautionary because, as you said, he got injured in that game in midweek in the Champions League against, was it Sporting, right? And then he played the next game. He scored a goal against West Ham, but then he was taken off at halftime, I think, which was, I said, precautionary. So that comes from the word precaution, which is just in case. It's kind of just in case something happens to him, right? Just to prevent a possible injury, especially if you are not sure about the player's state or condition. That player may have a knock or might be playing with a small injury. So you should take him off as a manager just in case, right? It's precautionary. Very nice item vocabulary.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Nrup?
Oh, well, I mean, honestly, I would love some comments right now, but it looks like we don't have any. But apart from that,
I think the viewers are still getting used to this new time, which we will need to give them time,
I guess they're having
get used to this.
What is it called? I forgot the word for it. Like when you travel by air for a long time. And
a jet lag. They're having a jet
lag.
There's a bit of a jet lag and confusion going on right now because everybody thought we would record a video yesterday and we didn't. And instead we are recording it now. And that's okay. Like I said, we will need to give them some time.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good time. I really think the views I would love to hear the viewers' opinion as well.
Yeah, well, you guys can always write comments.
Like, what do you guys think is the best for you? And if you can recommend us any suggestions in terms of any part of the segment, perhaps add a new segment, remove a segment, or anything regarding our quality, I guess video quality. I don't know. How is it? If you can hear
don't go too far, Nrup.
No, I mean,
we might get a full report from the viewers now. Like
I'm all for
everything
it.
there.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it because for me, it's pretty new to be on a show regularly, and especially when it's live.
What are you talking about? You are a seasoned guest now, Nrup. You've been appearing on my podcast since I can't remember. Like since the times of you being in Podjebrady, even from before you studied the School of Medicine in Prague. So, Nrup, you have more experience than you are willing to admit here.
But I don't know. I still feel I'm not confident enough in front of camera, and especially when it's live.
I think you're just taking Haaland's advice, and you're staying humble here.
I'm not being humble, but yeah,
You're humble-esque, maybe.
uh,
Humble-ish. You're humble-ish here.
I'm
All
humble-ish.
right. With
But
that said, with that out of the way, on that humble-ish note, we are going to say goodbye to all our viewers. I know not many of you were watching this live, but you're still welcome to leave comments. Actually, they will be greatly appreciated if you do that. And also, you can hit the like button. You can do that too, by the way, Nrup. Because if
yeah,
you do that,
yeah,
we will have more likes.
yeah, for
Every like
sure.
matters. Every like matters. Okay.
I don't know, where is it? Hashtag
Every like matters.
this.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening. Nrup is frozen now, so I think it's high time we left.
No, I'm not.
Winter is coming, everyone.
winter is
Now
coming.
we have people watching. What happened? Why are the people coming late? Now I can see, because I can see the number of viewers. So now there is a
Yes.
very large number of viewers.
Yes, people, they haven't saved the daylight saving time. Perhaps they are 1 hour late.
That's okay.
But,
Listen, guys, next time try to come a bit earlier. We will try to be on time with Noop, yeah? Every Tuesday at 6:30 Central European time.
When did it change?
GMT +1.
Wait, it's Monday. It's not Tuesday.
What did I say? Oh, it's Tuesday for me. It's Tuesday for me.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm confused. Every Monday, everyone, but it's Tuesday for me because it's 30 minutes past midnight when it starts for me. So I'm in Vietnam, as you guys know. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
guys, and
guys.
let's keep in touch.
Guys, have a lovely rest of the week. Stay humble, and until next time. Bye. Cheers.